So, after the sort of frenetic action of yesterday's speed run game, I figured we'd try and find something a little more relaxing, a little more chilled out, a little more strategy. And I found it. This is Whale Express by Oscar Revilla. It is for the Game Jam, which apparently had as its theme you needed to have a space whale and a circuit board as two of the items your game needed to have. The jam is currently in its voting stage at the moment, but only for 8 hours at the point I'm recording this, so it might be done by the time you see this. So these people made, predictably, a game in which you have space whales that you then send things like circuit boards to various planets that need them. Let's have a quick look at the gameplay and then a little bit of critique, not too much. I think this is a pretty cool and for a game jam fairly polished game, and yeah, we're going to talk about that, but let's have a look at the gameplay first. Right, so it is made in Unity, as you can see. The options, unfortunately, are just the volume, and it's remembered that I'm at 30%, which is I requested. There's no sort of music in the menu, but there is a funky music, I think, while you're loading your whales. I can't remember. We'll find out. Anyway, there is a tutorial, and the tutorial is spoken to us by this rather corpo goth-looking lady who looks a little severe, but she's nice enough. Anyway, she says, "Welcome to Whale Express. You must be the new Chief Executive Officer of the company." Seem to be the trade manager of the company, but okay. We're in a bit of a hurry to get this new space station up and running, so let's get started. What's this thing? Yeah. This is our space station where we manage our space whales. Let's head inside. I do like these funky kind of jazz sort of elements. Just make sure we're recording okay. Yeah. Here you can see the whales we currently own. We've brought in a cosmic beluga to get started, so this is a brand new company, which explains why the CEO is doing trade management. Anyway, so yeah, this is the whale that we currently have. Here you can see the gaps that the whale has. That's the sort of Tetris shaped block. Apparently the whale stores things inside it. And the storage area is located here. You'll be able to view and load items onto the whales. On this panel, you'll be able to create the route the whale will follow. Be mindful of its range. Basically, planets appear there depending on whatever sort of inventory you've loaded on the whale. Then planets waiting for that inventory to appear. But the range is important, because the first whale we have is actually quite a short range. Let's return outside. Now let's go to the market. And the market is where we buy the items. So we can buy certain items listed there for the amount of money we have. That is the amount of money we have over there, which is just $33 at the moment. Here you can see the items that you can purchase. Yeah, it's a list of items, and you can also buy other whales when necessary. In this area, you see the summary of your purchase. I hope you manage your money wisely. You can potentially soft lock yourself into certain items, so you've got to be careful with that. Let's return outside again. When someone from a planet places a request, this symbol will appear. Let me show you how to make the delivery. Let's go to the space station to equip and launch our space whale. So you click on an item, you drag it across and place it in the whale. Then you select the planet that you want to go to and press send, and then you'll see the yellow line will appear with the white dot of where the whale is somewhere along it. Once the space whale arrives at the station, a whale to bank transfer is made. So the moment the whale gets back to the station, because it goes out and comes back again, then you get your money. And your objective is clear: to grow the company. Unlock items, purchase more space whales, and be efficient. It will take you far. Now you know everything you need. It's your turn to think from here on out. So handing over to us. I'm counting on you. See you soon. Right, so this is us. We have $33. We have some nearby planets. We have some further planets. None of them are asking for things at the moment, but hopefully a request will pop up soon on one of our nearby planets. There we go. That planet wants 6 circuit boards. Now, we don't have 6 circuit boards, nor can we afford another 3 circuit boards because they're $20 each, so we can only afford one more. If we can just buy that one. Then we go to our whale. We already have 3 circuit boards, and we've purchased a 4th one from the start of the game. And then you click on the circuit board and you place it somewhere on the whale. We can load up 4, and as you can see, the planet that wants it has appeared in our listing. And what I was concerned about at first, but it seems to be obvious, I think about it, you can partially deliver. So we can send it, exit out, and we can see the line as our whale zooms off to the planet, which now only needs 2 more after the ones that we've delivered. It returns and we get our money, so we can buy 2 more circuit boards, load them up, and send them on their way. And you can see a second planet has appeared in the listing because they now also want circuit boards, and that planet also wants circuit boards. This one now wants pipes. So if we buy a bunch of circuit boards, let's just buy that many. I like to have a little bit of cash in reserve because we can always slowly claw ourselves up if we screw up, at least in the early stages, because there will always be planets that want circuit boards. Let's see, so 6. Let's load them up there. And pick a planet. We go to both. We can't go to both. This whale has quite a short reach, so it only goes 25 UD, and if the distance is exactly 25, we can't go there, so it has to be less than 25 UD. So yeah, we wouldn't be able to deliver to both. But you see, if we had a longer distance whale, we could fill it up with circuit boards for both demands, and then, you know, select both planets, and it'll go to one and then the other, and then come back and we get all the money back. But we can't, so let's just send them there. That's weird. Because I sent too many? Oh no, of course I forgot it reduces the amount. Can we get 7? Buy 7, and we'll send to the orange planet. This is a bit of a pain. I wish there was an easier way to load the whale up. It is just one click and drag and put it in. Obviously they don't, you can press R to rotate items because you get the later items that have multiple shapes. For example, I can only hold 2 pipe items, and I have to rotate one of them upside down, so I put one in there and one in there, which I'll do later, I'm sure. Send that out. The game is a little slow in the beginning, because you do just have the one whale, you do have the, you know, a limited amount of money, a limited amount of storage space, and you can only really get to these 3 planets. So despite the ones out there wanting more stuff, we can't really reach them. So you have to be careful where you're planning to go to and what you're purchasing items for. Let's just get 3 more circuit boards. 1, 2, 3. Those, and we'll send them off to this nearby planet. So we're basically the equivalent of a trucking company that's starting with a little Bucky. You know, Bucky, a tiny little pickup, and you know, Bucky is a South African word for it. You know, so this is our little pickup that we can just do sort of small local deliveries on. We're going to have to buy a bigger vehicle soon. Now we have guns and pipes. I think we can fit 1 unit of guns on our ship. We can do 2 units of pipes. So let's see. Okay, and he wants batteries now. Batteries are 50, so we can do 2 batteries quickly. Batteries are 2 blocks big. We can fit those in there. Send them off. Essentially what we're trying to work our way up towards is buying a bigger whale. We have a slightly larger one at $500, and then quite a bit bigger with quite and faster, longer distance at 1,000, and then we got the big boy at 2,500. So we could work our way up to that. Alright, so plenty of pipes purchased. Can we afford 2 pipes? We can. Let's buy those. And this is about the max that we can carry. So we put one in there, and we rotate the other one in there. Now, which planet was this? And this is the thing that I really like about this game, is that if you fill the whale up and then you exit the view, it doesn't cancel everything. You don't have to redo it. So you can zoom it out. Look, oh, okay, so it's the Earth-looking planet. Click on the Earth-looking planet. We still have the items there. That is well done. Very, very well done, developer, for that one. Yeah, full marks there. Deliver that. Can we buy 2 more pipes? And yes, we can. And you can see it would the same thing here. You can put items in your checkout, exit the screen, have a look at what's going on, go back into the screen, add 2 more items to it, and buy it. And let's load 2 of these up. Oi, come on. It's the only thing I don't really like about it, is the loading the whale is a little bit fiddly. I'll send him off. And we can buy it. Well, not till he gets back. There we go. Let's buy those 2 batteries. Let's load this guy up with these. No. Pipe, please. Thank you. Send them off. And so on. I'm not going to go too much further into it. I think you can see where this game is going, and I haven't found any sort of extra layer of depth behind it just at the moment. These are just our planets that we have. As you can see, there's further items demanding information. But for example, if we tried to send to this planet, we couldn't, because the route is 42 and this whale only does 25. So we would need, I think even the $1,000 whale only has 41 as its distance, so it wouldn't be able to do it. But yeah, that's that's the progression of the game. Yeah, so that's it. So that's all the gameplay I'm showing. I hope it has given you a good taste of this game, and this is a very enjoyable and peaceful game to play. Very cool sounds, very relaxing. I heartily recommend it. So if that's all you're here to see, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to boost those engagement numbers for the algorithm, for you and for me, and I would appreciate it. Otherwise, yeah, don't forget to click the link and come and play the game and give the devs some love. And I will see you in the next video. If you are here for the quick critique, not too much to talk about. Could do with some quality of life sound controls, sort of maybe a bit more music, a bit more, and the ability to turn the music on and off, those kind of things. But that's I mean, the game as it is very, very cool, and I kind of like this is the cool jazzy vibes in the purchase place. I don't think there's any music here. No, there's not. And the occasional whale sound is a lovely touch. I mean, full marks for that. Just every so often you hear sort of a whale squeak, whatever you call it, moan, groan, I don't know. Yeah, so that's it. The artwork, yeah, it's good looking. It's a pity you can't look at the planets. Maybe a nice element would be to get kind of a prediction on what the planets are likely to try and buy at some point. So you can buy stuff ahead of time. But I think this is kind of because it's a game jam game, so it is just sort of the first level of the game. But this could be expanded more into quite a bit of sort of strategy elements, where you can invest in the planets and make some money from them and set up auto trade routes and that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot that this game could expand out into, and it's such a peaceful and pleasant game. I'm really hoping it does. Just as more of that chill vibe, but more sort of strategy depth and things that you can get running automatically and that kind of stuff. That would be amazing. anyway, we were talking about the art. Yeah, the art is great. Full marks for the art. The whales look interesting and very cool. Whoever the artist was that supplies these assets, like really good job. I like it a lot. And I also like the fact that one of the items you can buy is apparently like a baby whale. So, you can ship whales in your whale. There's a baby astronaut and an alien, and that's worrying. That would be quite cool if there's like a risk of them breaking out and you have to buy like security teams for your ships and things like that. I'm guessing a lot of this is from art assets that they either found or the artist was already working on or something like that. I don't know. It is very cool. Very cool artwork. So good choice, good selection. And the whales look very cool. I like the slightly intimidating design of the whales, especially the higher level ones. Yeah, so full marks for the art. The game feeling is fantastic. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's relaxing. I like the way it's just how would I say? I mean, there's no pressures on it. There's no like time limits or anything like that. I like the way it remembers things that you've done. It's really that lovely whale sound. Full marks for the game design. This is very well done, very well designed in terms of kind of player focused game design. This is a comfortable game to play and a very calm and peaceful game to play, and it just works here in your browser. And this is why I love modern technology, because entertainment on a click like this in your browser. And I don't know why I'm gushing about it, but yeah. And I mean the consideration that I always have is the immersion elements, the things that pull the player in, the storyline and things like that. And I think this has a pretty solid basic storyline. You've joined this company. This company uses space whales to send items to planets. Manage your company with some items to go to planets. There could be more depth. There could be a plot for alien attackers who are going to attack, and you have to suddenly start supplying weapon systems and things to planets so they can fend off the invaders. I don't know. I mean, that would take away from the chill factor, so I don't really like that idea. But it's a way that this could build up. You could have the sort of planetary context change, and then you have to react to that. Send medical supplies urgently, things along those lines. So like a quest system would be an interesting layer to add for more immersion, for putting the player in a bit more. But as it is, I think it's great. I think it's a really enjoyable, peaceful way to just build a progression and have the player relax for a bit and enjoy themselves and play a bit of a strategy game. So yeah, full marks there to the devs. Well done, guys. Good game. And thank you for making it. And I hope you enjoyed watching the video. And I hope you will return and see me in the next video in future. Thanks and goodbye.